Heyitswhitlavonne, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I want to give you some of my favorite found family books. If you are not aware, Legendborn is one of my favorite books of all time. So Legendborn by Tracy Deonn follows Bree, who at the beginning of the story is dealing with a lot of hurt and grief with the loss of a parent. And she and her best friend have gotten this amazing opportunity to do a year at college, even though they are high schoolers. And so while she's there, she kind of stumbles upon magic. It turns into so much more than that. It turns into so much more than that. It's like this book, it just read it, okay? It's a good book. And it has a found family trope, and it's great. Now, I do want to say, this book is YA. There is no spice in here. And I very rarely give any book recommendations without spice. But, so I want to make the disclaimer that this is one of them. This book does not have spice. It is a YA novel. If you're a person that doesn't usually read YA because, like, you want spice, and that's totally okay. You're an adult. You do what you want. If you like fantasy, and if you like Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table, and if you enjoy seeing like the push and pull that a fantasy novel gives, I highly encourage you to still pick up this book, see if you might like it, because it's so good. The next series that I want to tell you about is Mercenaries of Magic, and this series is by Alessa Thorne, and she is an auto-buy author for me. If she writes it, I will read it, no matter what. This is an interconnected standalone series, so each book follows a different couple and their love story, but also there is an overarching arc or plot that's happening. So I highly suggest reading the books in order and reading all of them so you understand exactly what's going on, because each book gets closer and closer to figuring out what the heck is going on. But this video is so hard because I want to say so many things about each book. And I'm trying to keep it to a minimum. The first book is Darkest Night, and this one is interesting because it's enemies with benefits, and it's so cool. It's so cool. I don't want to tell you anything. Just read it. Just read it. Read it, okay? Read it. The next series I want to tell you about is the Magicians of Venice series, and honestly, at this point, I've given up. There's no way that I can succinctly tell you. Look at this. How can I summarize this in 20 seconds? I just can't. So you're just gonna have to trust me. You're gonna have to trust me. It's academia. They're in Venice. There is inspiration from Atlantis here. Well, actually, Atlantis is in this book. There's magic. There's romance. There's a lot. There's a lot going on in here, and you should read it. You should read it so you can know what else is going on in this series. I know that seeing 5 books might be intimidating, but this is such a good series. This is what fantasy should be. This series right here, like, people should study this. There's found family in this series, and there's so many other things in the series, and it's a great series, and you should read it. Awakens by Elise Kova is the first book, and it's beautiful. I love it. It's wonderful. It's amazing. Read the books. Sin and Chocolate by K.F. Breene. This is another series where I will probably reread this once a year. I love this series to pieces. I love any series that does a reluctant hero well, and this one certainly does. This follows Alexis and Kiernan. They are in San Francisco. Kiernan is a demigod. It's like, it's Greek mythology inspired, but it's such a cool spin to it. The world building is amazing. I love the way that the world works and how the magic works, and what Alexis is and how she finds it. And there are children in this book. She is her mom adopted 2 younger people, and her mom passed away. So like, these are her her siblings, really. These are her younger siblings, and she still takes care of them. And as the oldest daughter, I resonate with that so much. My little siblings are my children. But like they're written so well, and they are, the children are imperative to the story, and they're connected in here. They're not just random characters that come in and out. Like, they are in the story, and it's done so well. Oftentimes, if I hear that there are children in a book, I won't read it. I don't know why that is, but I just get a big ick. Don't let that ick you out here, because it's done so well. It's done so freaking well. The found family in here is... Read the book, okay? Also, the next book on the list is A Touch of Ruin, and this is also by K.F. Brain. This is also a Reluctant Hero, and K.F. Brain writes the most amazing side characters. Like, I'm just thinking about, like, the found family trope in this series. It's so freaking good. This series kept me up at night. I was up till 4 a.m. finishing books. It's a Beauty and the Beast retelling. There's dragons. You know, I love dragons. I freaking love dragons. It's so good. It's so good. Read the books, then you'll know why I'm speechless. It's so good. Okay, this video would be like an hour long if I sat here and pulled every single book. So we're just gonna rapid fire a few honorable mentions, and then we're gonna get out of here. So my first one is gonna be A Promise of Fire. I freaking love this series. You've heard me talk about it before. Amanda Boucher, amazing writer. So A Promise of Fire, definitely gotta go on the list. Bound to the Battle God by Ruby Dixon. I was introduced to Ruby Dixon with Ice Planet Barbarians. Loved it. I think I'm up to book 14, and then I was like, I have to take a break. But awesome. But when I started Bound to the Battle God, I was like, oh, this is so different. A big chunky boy. But it's so good. And I love, that's another one where the magic, the world building is so freaking cool, how everything works. And it's a wild ride, but very good book. The High Mountain Court by A.K. Mulford, I think. Hopefully the photo of the cover is on the screen so we can double check. But that's another really cool series. Very diverse series. I love the way she writes. The Evergreen Air just came out a few days ago. So good. So if you like fantasy, that's another one. Just like, these books are not just good because of the tropes, the world building, and like the amount of time that A.K. Mulford had to put into these books to make them the way they are. I just shout out to her because it's amazing. The series is amazing. So The High Mountain Court has to go on the list. Wolf of the Sands is another book by Amy Kuvalainen. I probably will make a separate video just about Wolf of the Sands. So we're trying to do rapid fire, so I'm gonna let it be rapid fire. Just Wolf of the Sands is a great found family book. Breaker of Fate by R.M. Derrick is another amazing book. A Company of Fiends by Catherine Moon. Catherine Moon showed out on that book, and I think I shouted out A Company of Fiends in like one of my previous books, so I'm not gonna go too much into it. We are trying to do rapid fire, but just the spice is spicing though. The spice is spicing. So if you're not a person that likes to read that, be aware. But if you're a person that lives for the spice, girl, friend, person, get into this book. Get into the series, because Catherine Moon don't play. Okay? All right, last one I want to shout out is The Werewolf's Fate by Farrell Dawson. This is a really cool series, honestly. The Werewolf's Fate is the third book in the series. It's rapid fire. I'm not supposed to say anything. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you enjoy these books if you decide to read them. I want you to know that you are loved, you are capable, you are worthy, you are allowed to make mistakes and learn from them, and that you are worthy of love, not because of who you are or what you do, but because you exist. And I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you around next time. Bye.